Hello. How is everyone tonight? I'm on for our Tuesday energy check-in. I just do like a little meditation. I'm a little out of it. So I don't know what I want to do tonight, but I'm definitely going to pull some cards. I don't know if I'm going to do it by family of signs or just do one big collective. If anyone wants to let me know what they like to see or what they prefer, that would be great. I am offering for anyone that signs up for the membership from now until August 20th, you'll be enrolled in the Protect Your Energy class, complimentary. So I am announcing that, so that's happening. We have our August 5th Intuition Development 101 starting. That's 4 weeks. It's like an hour and a half each week. So that's going to be good for anyone that just wants to like understand their intuition more and just basically tap into yourself a little bit deeper. So those are the two things that I have coming up. And then I do have some more openings for readings available as well. So let's see. Should I do just one collective reading, or should I just do 4 different readings for each family of signs? I feel like let's do 4. It's a Tuesday night. Let's get crazy. All right, so let's start with fire signs since it's Leo season, right? So we'll do a collective reading for the fire signs of our collective. Let's see what we got for fire signs. Okay. So this is going to be for our fire signs in the collective: Aries, Leo, Sag. I guess we'll just do it's an energy check for the fire signs right now. We just started, so I haven't done any other signs. We're just starting on the fire. So just a little energy check on the fire signs for the collective. Okay. Max chewing himself in the background. All right, let's see what we have. Fire signs of the collective. I feel like I need to pull a few more. So this is going to be for Aries, Leo, Sag, whatever sign it's in, I don't care. All right, let's see. So for our fire signs in the collective, this is going to be your energy check-in. All right, let's see. We have so for the fire signs, it's definitely feeling like you're kind of in between worlds right now. I feel like you are definitely going through this like healing phase where I feel like for some of you it feels like everything kind of already has like happened in the past. Like you already had your tower moment. It feels like things were already like kind of chaotic, and now it's kind of been like a little bit calmer. I feel like you are still removing things out of your life that are no longer serving you. So like people, places, things, if they're just not a good fit, it feels like you are taking the time to remove them. I feel like you are also, you're starting to like be a little bit more honest with yourself on like what you want and what you don't want and like where you're headed. I feel like there's kind of been a period where it's just been a little bit fuzzy for you guys, and you haven't really like, I don't know, had much direction or like understanding what was going on. It just feels like things were kind of like either stagnant or like falling apart. It's definitely like a lot of shifting. And it feels like you kind of went through it for a while, and now things are starting to align. And I feel like as they're starting to align, you're still having to like weed out what no longer works for you. But I feel like you're kind of like stepping into this energy where you feel like way better, way more secure, like in yourself, in your energy. And it feels like you are like recognizing that energy, and then it's helping you to move forward easier. It's helping you to understand like who needs to be released from your life, and who, like, what boundaries need to go where, basically. So I feel like you're definitely like setting more firm boundaries. You're speaking up, you're voicing your opinion, you're kind of like clearing out the rest of what I guess is no longer serving you, that you can clear out. And I feel like you have been doing this for a while, but this is kind of like the last end stage. But I do feel like there is a lot of positive energy also. I feel like with everything that's been going on, like your abundance, not only your abundance, but like the way that you see or perceive abundance has also changed. So I feel like you're probably coming into money like a little bit easier. I feel like you're still having to work for it, but it just like seems to be flowing towards you. It's not like you're having to like put too much effort into calling it in. I see like partnerships are coming to you easier, even if that's just like getting new clients or contracts or anything like that. I just feel like you're in like a more stable energy, I guess, like with your abundance. And I feel like now that you see things are kind of like moving along a little bit easier and they're just flowing, like you have gotten out of that mindset of like, you know, lack and fear. And I just see things are like kind of starting to gain momentum, and it might be still slow, but I feel like you're still like feeling very positive and grateful about it, and like you're seeing that like it's growing, and you're going to continue to grow that momentum. So that feels really good. Again, this is for fire signs right now. So also back to partnership, it feels like for some of you, with everything that's going on, it feels like your relationship is a little bit like more strengthened from this too. If you've been in a relationship that maybe, you know, has been going on for a little bit, it feels like now that you've kind of like let go of some things, and the shift in your abundance and the shift in your mindset has happened, it feels like there's a different level to your relationship now. There's just like a little bit more peace to it. It feels more like grounded and stable. And it feels like more balanced, also like more balanced with like the masculine feminine energy, and then also balanced in like the giving and receiving as well. So that feels really good. Yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of like releasing old parts of yourself too, like just letting go of things that are no longer serving you, or ways of thinking or being or acting. I feel like you're kind of like in a more positive mindset right now as well. And I feel like that's also helping you to attract the abundance that seems to be coming easier to you. Let's see. I also feel like for some of you, there might be like a trip coming up or a vacation. For others, I feel like this could also feel like your life almost feels like a vacation, not in the way that like you're like not working and not doing anything, but it just feels like you're not stressed out like you normally would be. So it's almost like it feels like vacation energy because you're not stressed. But I think that for others of you, there is a vacation, or you've been thinking about a vacation, and it feels like definitely go for that. So this is the reading for fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. I think that's all I got for you guys. One last message coming through is just making sure that you're taking care of your physical body as well. making sure you're eating healthy, making sure you're moving your body, just like paying attention to what your body needs. So that was for the fire signs. Now I guess we will do, we could do air signs. All right. So this is going to be for air signs. You just missed the fire signs reading, but I'm going to replay these so you can come back and watch it on the replay. So this is going to be for air signs for the collective. Just an energy check for the air signs. Okay, air signs. I'll get you popping out here. All right. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, air signs for the collective. All right. Air signs. Your cards just want to fly out. It's very airy. It's interesting how the cards come out according to the energy of the reading. It's like you can almost pick up on certain things just from how the cards shuffle out. All right, so let's see what we have for air signs. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. All right, so all right, so you guys are picking up a little bit heavier of energy this reading. So it feels like a lot of you have kind of been like going through a tower moment. I feel like there's two different groups. I feel like for some of you, this has been an ongoing thing and you're kind of like at the tail end of it. And then for others of you, I feel like you're kind of like, it's already started and you're like in it. I don't know if you're like almost on the end phase of it, but definitely like tower moment where things have been not going smoothly for a long time. You've kind of been like having to do a lot of emotional healing, adjusting to, I feel like this is almost like over the last year too. Like it just feels like your life has changed. There was lots of changes going on. You know, it could have been like new job, moving, new relationships, or breaking up, ending relationships, stuff like that. Just like a lot of new different things coming through. And it felt like it could have just been like one thing after the next, after the next, after the next. And then it feels like you kind of are like in hibernation, like hiding mode, or you have been in that mode now for a little while. Because it feels like there's definitely been some type of like quiet, like retreat, like hibernation, I don't know, pulling into yourself kind of a vibe. And you needed to kind of like get into your own like head and emotions and figure out some shit. Like it just feels like you needed to be alone and by yourself to figure this out. And now I feel like for a lot of you, you're starting to kind of, I still feel like there's shit coming through, like little, I feel like you're at the tail end of it though. Like there's still going to be like a couple little blips that come in, and they're just going to kind of like sneak attack you. But I feel like these things that are coming aren't going to be like life altering. Some of them might be like a little upsetting, but I think, like it's not going to directly affect your life currently. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like things are settling down. It's not going to be like these massive, you know, life-changing things one after the next. I feel like you have a couple more things happening. But I do feel like you're stepping into a more like grounded, solid energy now. I feel like you feel more like your roots are planting, at least. Like you can start to kind of feel the stability happening. I feel like you're not fully there yet. Like you're still like, oh, I don't know. Like this has been a shit year, like I don't know, but I feel like you can already feel the energy kind of changing, And I feel like with the way that the energy is changing, it's almost like making you subconsciously make changes in the way that you are like responding to things, and just kind of like how you're moving around in life now. So it feels like but I feel like for a lot of you, you don't even realize that you're like doing this or responding a different way. It's just kind of like coming natural to this energy shift. There's so much energy, I'm like out of breath. So this is for air signs, by the way. So it's feeling like you're also kind of like with this energy shift, a lot of you are just like kind of stepping back into like who you truly are. I feel like with everything that's been going on, you're almost just to this point where you're like, I don't really like care what people think or whatever. Like, I just need to be happy and peaceful, and whatever that takes is like what I'm gonna do. Not with like any bad intentions or anything like that, but I just feel like you're starting to just kind of step into your own skin and not like worry so much about what others like expect of you or think of you. You just like don't care anymore. You're like, I'm tired. I feel like for a lot of you too, it almost feels like there was a lot of karmic things that had been going on for you guys, especially like relationship wise, even like maybe certain job situations. There might have been like a weird ending or something, but I feel like you're kind of like understanding or piecing it together more, that like what you went through, and I just see you kind of like connecting the dots a little bit better about like some of the things that have happened to you, and it kind of feels like you're releasing the resentment some. It just feels like you're moving past it. And I feel like for some of you, you kind of realize that like you have to just release it, because it's just like it's affecting you more than anything, like to keep replaying it or holding it in or whatever. So I just feel like a lot of you are just ready to like release these old karmic things. You're kind of just like, all right, well, you know, I learned my lesson, I had my experience, like it's time to keep it moving, I guess, because I just want peace. Like that's just what you guys all feel like you want peace. I feel like for some of you, you are like tapping back into nature, tapping back into like meditation or prayer or anything like that. I feel like for some of you, you kind of like disconnected. Maybe you were disassociating for a while, but now you're kind of stepping back into like being a human a little bit. You're still like on the quiet side, but I see you kind of like stepping out of your shell, doing a little bit more like socially, or even just like for your own self. Like it feels like, yeah, you're kind of like stepping out of your shell again. I think it is important to continue to like keep that grounded energy. Make sure that you are outside, like in nature, grounding, and definitely like trying to connect with yourself to keep moving forward on this path. This is for air signs, if anyone's just joining. So the next part of the reading that I'm getting is like you're definitely stepping into like a new cycle, and I feel like you can kind of feel the energy, or you can like you feel something. Maybe you can't see exactly where it's headed, but you like there's just like this underlying like I feel like there's going to be a change coming, or something, like something's brewing energetically. I feel like you have no idea what the hell it is. For some of you, I feel like your job situation has been just like you're over it. It's not been fulfilling for you. You are just kind of like bored with it. You just, for some of you, it just feels like it's time to like either switch up how you're working, like either, you know, like do more remote days or something, or I don't know, just the structure of how you're working, or like you're ready to kind of like move into another position or industry or field. It just feels like you're kind of like bored, over it, like so I do see that coming in for some of you. I do see some relationship stuff coming through, so I feel like there is for some of you, this feels like more of a new relationship, something that is coming through. I feel like you've kind of been in like hibernation mode, and now for some of you, you've already met this person, I feel like it's kind of just like a slow, like, introduction into a relationship. You're not like jumping into anything. For some of you, it feels like maybe you guys have been together for like a couple months or whatever. You've been talking for a couple months. It just feels like a very even exchange of energy. It feels very calm, very grounded, very mutual, like respect, and also with like give and take, just very grounded. And I feel like this is, going to continue to grow. I feel like the energy that you're in right now with like everything that's going on is like you are only able to give in a, because sometimes you guys, not Libra, but like sometimes you guys can be a little airy and just like, you know, jump in and like you're ready to go. And I feel like this time you're very like grounded. It feels very like earthy, but that it just feels like you've almost been like, you're just so out, like I feel out of breath in this reading. It's almost like I feel like you guys feel like you're out of breath from everything that's been going on, and you're just starting to catch your breath again. And it just feels like anything that you do, whether it's a new career or this relationship, it's like you're going to take it one step at a time. You're not going to rush anything. You're really going to feel it out. And I feel like this other person is kind of like in the same space as you as far as that, and that they are also wanting to like not rush anything, take it slow, let it build naturally. I think you both can appreciate like, you know, planting the seeds and letting it kind of grow organically and not rush into anything. So it feels like very healthy and stable. It feels like you both have like kind of done your work, and I feel like you're still kind of like doing your end bits of work before you really like come together as like a strong, solid relationship. But it does feel like a strong, solid relationship is it's there. So as long as you guys like keep the same energy, I feel like it's gonna be like a stable, grounded, very even, like give and take, but like slow burn. I don't feel like I feel like even if you're like doing all the things, like you might be hanging out, or like, you know, every Friday night you're going out to dinner and you, I don't know, spending the night on Saturday. Like you have a routine, or it's very like, you know, you guys check in. It feels very relationship, but like maybe not with a definition. Like you don't have a definition of the relationship, but it feels like it's a solid, stable, like committed relationship. But I feel like you both don't need to have the definition. Like the actions speak louder. You already know what it is. Like there's no need to define exactly what you have going on. Yeah, so that is the air sign reading. So we did fire, we did air. I will repost these, so if you missed them, you can go back and rewatch them. So let's see, fire, air. Let's do earth. Next, we'll do earth. So Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Let's get some earth energy going. All right. So this is going to be for the Earth Collective. Just an energy check for the Earth signs of the collective. Okay. All right. Let's see what the Earth signs have. One extra card. Message for the earth signs of the collective. All right, earth signs. So I am announcing for tonight that anyone that does a subscription for the monthly readings is going to be automatically enrolled, if they would like, for free into the energy protection class. So if you enroll in the monthly subscription, then you get to do the energy protection class on August 20th. So you have up until that time to do it. All right, so for our earthy signs, let's see what we have. All right, so there's definitely some like new energy coming in. I feel like kind of all around. Interesting. Yeah, definitely new. There's like something new is starting. I don't know if you guys have actually like started. I feel like the energy is started, but like you haven't caught up to it yet. Which would make sense for earth signs. You guys take forever to do everything. So I feel like this is definitely like, for a lot of you, new home, new career, new beginnings. Like, I feel like there's just like a big like switch happening. So it feels like a lot of you have kind of like, you've already like kind of went through this phase where you are like, it just feels like you're over it. Like, you've been over it, you've been going through it, you've been like, I feel like you've either had people in your life that have been not great to you, a lot of deception, whatever, or I just feel like you have been not true to yourself for so long that you like have gotten so far off your path, even though like, I feel like it could look like good on paper, like your life could look good on paper, but like it's so far like spiritually or like internally for you away from like where you want to be. This really is more with it doesn't even feel like I feel like there was like some people that maybe had a play in certain things, but I feel like you have kind of let yourself get to this point energetically where you just feel like lost and alone and like just not, I don't know, like you don't know what you're doing, even though it seems like you know what you're doing. It feels like you probably have a good job, you have like your home, you have stability, but like it doesn't feel good anymore. It feels like ick attached to it almost too. Like you just want to, like you need to do new things. It's like you're not feeling this. And I feel like for some of you it's home and career, some of you it's just career, some of you just home, but definitely like a major switch up is needed. So I feel like you're in this energy right now where you're kind of like taking stock of everything in your life. You're like really doing like pros and cons for everything. Like, what does this job bring me? What does this job take for me? Like, what do I like about this house? What do I not like about this house? It feels like, and you're really just like going through all the points, and you're really like trying to weigh it out and figure out like where you can make changes to feel better about like what you're doing. I feel like there's a lot of guilt involved in this also. I feel like you feel guilty for like having these feelings of like being unfulfilled and being bored and being like, just, it feels like it's just not what you are like meant to do. I feel like for a lot of you, it's like you make good money, you have a good position, you have, like your schedule is decent, whatever. I feel like all the things, this definitely feels like very job related too, but it's like all these things about your job, and it's just like, but it's still like, you're not happy, you don't like to go, you don't feel fulfilled like you're doing anything, you feel like you're just wasting time, or you feel like a robot or something, like it's like not, you're done with it, like it doesn't feel good anymore. But you have this guilt about even having that feeling, because I can almost hear you saying like, I should just suck it up because like I make good money, or like I can do what I want, or I got all this vacation time. Like you're trying to like make yourself feel bad about the way that you feel. And I just feel like you need to kind of accept your feelings, admit to yourself that like you're not happy, this isn't for you anymore, and like also know that that's okay. Everything isn't like permanent all the time, and just because you're making a good salary or you have some flexibility doesn't mean that there's not anything else out there for you that could give you that same money or flexibility or whatever it is, but also like make you feel good and have fulfillment, and feel good about what you're doing. So you don't have to like be so like narrow and focused on one way. I think once you kind of like open your eyes and realize, sometimes the money even isn't like worth how you feel. So even for some of you, it feels like taking a little bit less money or whatever might be more rewarding than staying in this job that you make good money in, but it's like killing your soul. So I feel like for a lot of you earth signs, this is like the current struggle that you're going through. It feels like you're just feeling unfulfilled, and you're just like trying to figure out what it is that you can change, and you're feeling guilty because you do have like a decent setup and you don't understand why you can't just be happy with what you have. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's like something that you like work towards, and like, got your degree in, and you've invested a long time in, this position or with this company, and now it's like it's just not doing it for you, and you just like, it's hard to kind of, it's almost like a breakup. It's hard to like give that up, or like give up what you have and move towards the unknown. It's scary. I feel like for some of you, there is a little bit of like a jealousy thing, not necessarily like, not like with bad intentions or anything like that, but I just feel like going along with this energy is like you see other people doing things and being happy, or like being content, and the jealousy is there. It's just like you look at other people and you're like, well, why can they be happy? Even with like what you're doing, could be too. It's like, why can they be happy and fulfilled doing this and I can't? And I feel like the answer to that is that because you're not them. Like, you're different. You are leveling up. And I feel like for a lot of you in this collective earth reading, like a lot of you are leveling up, or you're kind of being pushed or forced to level up. I feel like for some of you, this is like the beginning of your awakening, and others, I think this is like a new phase in your awakening, but there's definitely like a level up coming. And I feel like that's what like this weird like underlying energy that you're feeling is. And I think that's why you're having the guilt and like the jealousy. I think there's also like some grief kind of happening. Like you're almost like grieving what you had. And it's weird because it's like you're grieving something that you're not even like, it's not even a bad thing, but you still feel like weird about the feelings that you're having. So I feel like with everything that's going on though, you're like really starting to be pushed with this energy to like step into I just feel like a very divine feminine energy for some reason. And it feels like you're almost like you're taking your power back. And I feel like for a lot of you, whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. It's just your divine feminine energy is like coming through strong in this situation right now, where you kind of need to be a little bit soft with yourself. You need to be like a little bit like reserved and pulled back, but also there's like this strength that is behind like the divine feminine, where you also know that like you can do anything and you can handle anything. And I feel like for a lot of you guys in this collective, you've been through shit, like you've gone through stuff, and now it feels like you've kind of had like a even playing level for a while, and you got comfortable, and now you're kind of like having to step back into that like more assertive, like powerful woman energy. But still like there's still a softness to it. It's not like you're going to come in like with your masculine and like defeat and all that. It just feels like you're kind of having to like strategize and figure out like the moves that are going to be like the path of least resistance, I guess, is what I'm hearing. I also feel like for some of you, you're kind of like getting sick of like hearing your own thoughts. Like you're sick of like hearing yourself complain. I feel like for some of you, you're like sick of hearing yourself be like, I hate this job. I can't believe I have to go to work today. Or, like I'm sick of this house. There's nothing, like, it's almost like you've said it so many times that you're sick of hearing it too. Like you don't even want to hear it from yourself. Yeah, I feel like as far as the job situation, I do feel like there is something else coming in for you. I feel like you do have to make a move though. Like you have to put the energy out for something to come back to you. So I feel like you can't just keep doing what you're doing and expect like something random to come to you. But I think even if you just start like looking to apply, or you start sending your resume out, or even just like talking to friends or associates or whatever, just putting the energy out, I feel like something will kind of start to like, at the very least, like guide you in the direction that you're going to want to go, or give you a clearer idea of like where you're trying to head. So but I do feel like there is going to be a career switch coming for a lot of you. And then for the another part of you, this is for the earth signs. I do feel like a new home or a new living situation is also like in alignment. This is definitely not for everyone, but there is like a small group of people where it's like you're getting double whammy, like new job, new home, new life, new me kind of vibes. I feel like for some of you, like you are starting this new cycle in life and like you need a clean slate. I feel like for this part of the collective, like you guys are you've like cleared out all this stuff, and I feel like that's why you need to like new job, new house. It's like it's associated with your past life, your old life. It's not suiting you anymore. I don't care how much money I'm making. I don't care that my kids grew up in this house. Like I got to keep it moving. There's a whole new life for me. I feel like you feel like this energy that you're staying in is like kind of keeping you stagnant and holding you back. So I feel like for that group, you guys are definitely like new job, new house, like ready to go. This is probably the end of what I'm getting for you guys, but I think being mindful like while you're going through this, because you guys can be like real in your head about everything and overanalyze and be very analytical. Your guides are just want you to remember to like check in, not be like so in your head and so grounded about everything. I feel like they want you to be out, like, you know, walking, smelling the flowers. Like you need to connect with earth. That's what like kind of charges you and keeps you like balanced and level-headed. So make sure that you're getting nature in, you're grounding, you're earthing, your earth signs. Like you got to do that. I feel like moving your body is also going to help, like I feel like you guys need to almost like shake off the stagnant energy too, and like you guys need to like move your bodies and like your minds. I feel like meditation, prayer, whatever, I don't know, writing, doodling, whatever, like just to like be present in the moment and connect with yourself for a minute. Same with being outside, like connecting with nature, grounding yourself. And then also just making sure that you're like taking care of your physical body. I feel like there was a point in time where you guys maybe just like fell off the face of the earth and didn't do any of that. And now that you're like ready to make these changes and these big moves, it feels like you need to, you know, like all areas need to be managed. So that is what I have for the earth sign of the collective. Again, I will be reposting these, so if you missed your sign, you can go ahead and rewatch it when I'm done. So we have done fire, air, and earth, so now we are on water signs. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So water signs of the collective. All right, let's see what we got. All right, so we're doing the water sign collective now. Boy, oh boy. water signs. All right, that felt like maybe too many, but we'll trust and go with it. All right. Water signs. What do we, Jesus. Got a lot of cards here, water signs. A lot of purple to start. It's a lot of purple. Which water signs are definitely intuitive, so I guess that makes sense. All right, so let's see what we have for you guys. So this is for the water signs of the collective. All right. All right. Let's see what we got here. There's a lot of cards. So for water signs, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. So it's definitely feeling like you guys have kind of gone through like a tower moment. You've gone through it. I feel like you're done. Like, I feel like there might be, like, you're cleaning up the residual pieces, but I feel like the foundation is already, like, being rebuilt from this tower moment. So I feel like you've gone through it. You've lost everything, basically. It's crumbled around you. It's been shitty. Nothing has been, like, moving forward. It feels, like, very stagnant. It feels like you've had low energy for a while. You kind of, like, picked apart, tired, done, like, Cinderella vibes. I feel like you've felt lost. You can't see past, you know, the trees. Like, it's just been, you've been going through it. I feel like you're not in this energy anymore. You're coming out of this energy. There might be a couple of, like, little curveballs that you are having to deal with or, like, clean up from, like, shit in the past. But I feel like you're coming out of this energy. You're releasing anything that is, like, not serving you anymore. If it doesn't bring you peace, like, you're not about it. I feel like you're definitely stepping into your power in this energy. So for a lot of you, it feels like I feel like you're like waking back up again. I feel like you guys were almost like offline for a little bit, and now you're like waking back up. I feel like you are like you're ready to go. That's what it feels like, honestly. Like you're ready. Yeah, it's kind of weird. You're just like you're so over the past and everything. You're like, you don't care anymore. You don't care. Like, all you care about is your peace, and you have like found your power again. You are ready to fucking rock out. It feels like you are like I feel like your thinking has changed. You're starting to like talk to yourself differently. You're being more positive. I feel like you're not letting those intrusive thoughts get through. You're doing more positive self-talk, and you're like correcting yourself when you feel it kind of going in a negative way. And you're also like setting boundaries with people. Like you have no interest in giving any extra energy where it doesn't belong or where it's not being returned back to you in an even or good feeling way. I feel like for a lot of you, there is a lot of like abundance on the mind for you. I feel like you're going through this struggle where you are trying to like attract and not chase. You can also feel like the abundance around the corner for you almost. Like, I feel like a lot of you can feel like the shift in energy. I feel like things have been so stagnant for you, even like financially, energetically, like romantically. Like, it's been so stagnant. I feel like the universe has been forcing you to kind of like reshift, recalibrate your life, go through like some old like karmic, like, you know, you had to go through some healing, some karmic stuff. Like, you had to like really reach back and get yourself back. Like, you had to reach deep inside and get yourself back. And now you're in this like weird energy where you know there's a lot of abundance for you. You can feel it coming to you. You're trying to stay where you're not chasing. You're not, and I feel like that's the energy too. Like, you're not trying to chase anything anymore. Like, if it doesn't come naturally, not that you're not willing to like work for things, but like, if it's going to be a production and a problem and it's not going to be peaceful, like, you have no interest in moving forward with that. I feel like you're still trying to like work on receiving. A lot of you feel like it's just hard for you to receive. There's a lot of feelings about like, you know, whether you deserve things. But I feel like you are now getting to the point where like you are ready to receive. you are ready to attract. I feel like you've tried everything and it just hasn't worked. I feel like you've put too much energy into things, you've been pushing too hard, and then you pull back and you're not putting enough energy in and it's not working. Now I feel like you like waving the white flag, like, I surrender, universe, just take me there. Like, just take me there. I know it's there. I can feel it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So it's like, universe, please, like, take the reins and guide the way. So I feel like you also are like taking the time to really ask for what you want, and like you're either visualizing it or you're writing it or you're doing spells. Like, you're really focusing on what you want. And I feel like you're researching and you're doing all the things that you need to do to be in alignment with what you want, but also you're allowing for the universe to like energetically like step in and guide you as well. So it feels like you're getting into this good balance of like putting the energy in, but also like co-creating with the universe. And I feel like that's starting to like catch momentum too, as you continue to like step into that. So I feel like for a lot of you are also, I feel like you're in this weird phase where it's like, it's quiet. You've kind of like pulled back again. I feel like you were pulled back for a while. You kind of came back out into the world. And now that you've kind of gotten some information, you figured some stuff out, and now it's like you're pulling back in again because you are piecing everything together now. And I feel like you're on the path. Like, you're on the path to making the changes, to get your peace, to get your happiness, to be fulfilled, to be stable. I do feel like there is a lot of money going on here too. So a lot of you, I feel like either you're trying to like pay off your debt, you're trying to build up your savings account, you're trying to get in a better financial situation. I feel like you're also trying to figure out how to make more money as well. So for some of you, I feel like you're either like working differently to make more money, or you're trying to gain more clients, but like you're like doing a side hustle, or you're doing something to not only, I feel like, to start bringing in more money, but I think this is going to be something that is going to like eventually take off, and that's going to be how you make your money. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're really trying to set yourself up for this. So I feel like you're trying to tie up loose ends financially. You're trying to, save. You're being conscious of how you're spending your money. Maybe you're, taking some of your subscriptions away, or you're trying to like lessen your insurance, payments or whatever. It's like you're really financially like trying to like tighten up, and make it so that you can move forward in whatever it is that you're like working towards. For a lot of you, I do feel like you are, you're kind of like ready to take like a divinely guided chance. Like you're, and I feel like it's because of the work that you've been doing. For a lot of you, I feel like you have been meditating or praying or connecting or whatever, or getting readings or watching these readings or whatever. And I feel like you are tapping in differently, and you're tapping in deeper. And I feel like you're getting messages, you're understanding the messages, and I feel like you're kind of listening to the messages, which is nice because that's what we're supposed to do, right? Or you're understanding the messages. But I feel like you're kind of seeing like the synchronicities in the messages lining up. And so it's like the things that you're asking for, or that you're calling in, that you're ready to receive, or that you're trying to attract or manifest. I feel like and like with the research and the whatever it is that you're doing, you can see it all kind of lining up. And I feel like you can see it or feel it energetically even, maybe. Like I don't feel like you can see like crystal clear what's really in front of you, but I feel like you're still taking the moves, or you're taking chances to get to whatever it is that you're like manifesting or calling in. So, and I do feel like whatever it is that you are manifesting or calling in, I do see like there is a contract coming in, or there is whatever it is that you're trying to like call in or manifest. I do feel like you are going to have it tangibly in your hands, or you're going to be in that life that you're trying to create. So I do feel, and I feel like there's going to be like a huge release when this happens too, or even just right before it happens. There's going to be like a real release of like all the old stuff that you've been holding on, all these old parts of you. Like, I really feel like for a lot of you water signs, you're going through this like big like transition. I feel like there's been a lot of karmic healing going on for you guys, and there's been a lot of karmic like debt paid off and release. And I feel like with that big release is coming like this next I feel like you guys are almost like in this next awakening too, and this big like shift I feel is coming for a lot of you water signs. And I do see like the money coming in. I see the fulfillment coming in. Whatever it is that you're working towards, I do feel like it is coming in. And when you take this like this risk, but it's like because it's divinely guided, like you will be supported. So I feel like all the signs that you're seeing are kind of directing you to like take that leap, you know, take that leap of faith and realize that like the universe is going to support you. The universe is going to hold you down. I feel like for some of you, you're having to still work on a little bit of like releasing jealousy or releasing your perception of what you think people are like happy or whatever. Like, I feel like for some of you, you know, even though you're making these changes and you're doing big things and you're going through or whatever, you're still like looking, you know, outside at other people, and it's like, well, why can they just, you know, like, why does it seem simple for them to just do it and I still gotta like, you know, make it by the skin of my teeth? I feel like you just don't worry about that. Like, you signed up for something different. I feel like for this collective specifically, like, you probably haven't had a lot easy in your life. I feel like this is, you know, and maybe like you have had like things that, you know, other people haven't had, or you've had opportunities or whatever, but I still feel like you had to work for it. And I still feel like you like never, it doesn't just like come to you easily. So I feel like for a lot of you, you're just kind of having to like recognize that this is just like your path. I feel like there's, for a lot of you, it's just like very karmic. Like, you're here to clean up a lot of karma. Also like family karma, like, you know, like patterns and stuff. I feel like you're doing a lot of that cleanup. So just know that like this is the experience that you're meant to have. But yeah, I do feel like there is a solid, stable, grounded, like transition into the life that you like. And I feel like when you take this divinely guided, like leap of faith, like the stability is coming, the contracts are coming, the offers are coming. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling for water signs. So I've done all of the family of signs. I will repost these so that you guys can go back and watch your sign if you missed it. Also, I do have some readings available this week. If anything triggered you and you want to go deeper into your own personal, we can always do that. You can reach out and we can set that up. And then I am offering for the next couple of weeks, if you sign up for the membership, the monthly reading membership, you will be enrolled in the Energy Protection 101 class that is on the 20th. So that will be free. So that's my little, I guess, back to school special. I don't know. And then we do have the Intuition Development 101 class. That's 4 weeks, once a week. That starts next week on the 5th. So if you're interested, you can go online on the website, or you can just reach out to me and I'll get you set up. So that is what I have for all of you for our little check-in. I'll be back on Friday to do another week ahead reading. And I guess that's it. So thanks for everyone paying attention and doing readings with me. All right, I'll see you guys on Friday. Have a good one.